Hi guys, welcome back to another video of a new state. And today's state is all about Connecticut. And we're going to be talking about what makes Connecticut worth your attention. Is Connecticut worth studying in? To put it simply, yes, definitely. It's 100% recommended for those students that are looking to enhance their educational experience. It is a powerhouse of very reputable universities. Let's start by the number one university ranked worldwide right now, and that's Yale University, located in New Haven in the southern part of Connecticut, of this state. But that's not the only one that you can find. The University of Connecticut also has its reputation. Hartford University does as well. Sacred Heart University, Wesleyan College. They have a lot of colleges and universities for the small state that it is. It has a wealth of universities and options to choose from, essentially, in a variety of costs, of reputation, and also degrees and paths to choose and to take. So overall, is Connecticut worth studying at? Yes, academically speaking, it's one of the best states with very highly ranked schools, colleges, and community colleges, as we'll see in a minute. Now, geographically speaking, it's a northeastern state. It belongs to the 13 initial colonies before the United States of America was actually founded. So it does come with a lot of history, a lot of presence within the U.S. Economically speaking, it's also very well grounded. It has a long tradition in manufacturing, in the financial sector, as well as the insurance sector as well. So it does have its good, GDP, household income is one of the highest in the country. So you will have to kind of counterbalance that with a high cost of attendance. So students that are on a budget, a stricter budget, perhaps Connecticut might be somewhat out of reach in some instances, in some colleges, because it does have that higher cost of attendance. But mind you, you also have community colleges with direct pathways to some of these prestigious universities. So I encourage you to check those out, because it might give you a financial option, financial stability to pursue that route rather than going straight to university for 4 years. As I was mentioning earlier, northeastern state, that means it is surrounded by 3 other states that have their own reputation. On one side, we have the state of Rhode Island. Right above it, we have the state of Massachusetts, home of, for example, MIT. And then on the other side, we have the state of New York. So pretty good company, if you ask me, when it comes to the geographic location. Now, that also means that you're going to find what's considered the 4 seasons throughout the year. We have warmer weather during the summer, fall, and even spring seasons, but you do and you can expect to see and endure perhaps colder winters and darker winters since it is in the northern hemisphere. So those are the pros and the cons geographically speaking. In my opinion, it is always a pro to experience all 4 seasons and not have that monotony, for example, in Florida, where it's a constant temperature year-round. I personally like to have a little bit of diversity, and even though you might suffer those colder winters, it also gives you the opportunity to go outside and enjoy not only the snow, but the ski sports, snow sports, for example, skiing, snowboarding, or what have you. You can enjoy the outdoors even during those winter seasons. It does have a coast as well, so you can expect to have that maritime culture attached to it. Seafood, eating crabs, fishing as a industry is present in Connecticut, in this state. So it does have that long-standing tradition. And you get to enjoy that in the culinary experience, for example, which is very different than perhaps more inland states like Colorado, like Wyoming, where that culture just is non-existent and you can't really see something similar to it. So if you do like, the seafood, crabs, going out to eat fish or anything coming from the ocean, then Connecticut or any of those northeastern states will appeal to that experience, to that culinary experience. But is that all you get to experience? By far, it is not. You also have the rolling hills and the forests. Basically from the moment you exit the beach, because it is fully covered in forestry. So you can experience as well, and I encourage you, even if you don't study in Connecticut, I encourage you to plan a trip during the fall season to just see the foliage change, those leaves, the colors, the bright red, the dark browns, the yellow of the leaves before they fall. That is a very unique spectacle, and beautiful one at that can only be experienced truly in the more northern states of the United States. And this is a great place to do so, because you also get the picturesque little towns just scattered across the state. You have maybe 2-3 major cities, but everything else will be considered smaller urban areas. But again, since it is coming from that, the 13 colonies with that more, longer history compared to Europe, it's nothing, right? But longer history than perhaps the Western states, you do have those smaller picturesque towns with its history, with its narrower streets and beautiful buildings to just enjoy the outdoors. Now, on the entertainment side, as an international student or as a student in general, you can also enjoy great spectacles and activities. The entertainment industry is very active in the state of Connecticut. You do have some great sports opportunities with UConn, for example. The University of Connecticut has a great sports program. Basketball specifically is one of the powerhouses. You also have Yale University with their own sports. Might be slightly smaller, not as prominent as other larger schools and universities, but it still has its presence and its likeness to experience that. You also have, for example, just eating out, going out, festivals that happen throughout the summer season more often than for example, the winter season. But you're never going to be bored in the state of Connecticut. There's always something to do and always somebody to talk to and to meet. Last but not least, let's look at the economy of Connecticut. And as I mentioned before, it's one of the stronger economies in the US, regardless of being one of the smallest states in the US. By dimension, for example, it is the sixth smallest state in the US. But having said that, as I mentioned before, it has a strong manufacturing industry, it has a strong financial sector, and strong insurance, historically speaking, insurance companies that protect most of the Americans across the US. So there's a lot of money happening, moving around and changing hands in the state of Connecticut, which has led to a lot of the household incomes to be one of the highest in the United States, which, as I mentioned, does have the direct impact on cost of attendance. But it also means that the unemployment rate is extremely low. The chances of you finishing college and entering the job market are extremely high, and the average pay is and will be above the national average. So if you are invested in your future, and one of the main outcomes that you want to have in life is to be successful when you complete that degree and have an above average salary, then please take your time to find what university, what college will make the right choice for you in the state of Connecticut, because definitely it is a great place for that type of student, for that type of consideration. If you're more interested in the experience of the university, of the campus vibe, it's also a great place to be, but there might be stronger universities that have a stronger campus feel, or even larger campuses, larger universities in other states. So I think that's where the balance kind of lies. The direct impact that you want to make in your career, that will answer the question whether Connecticut is a great place for you or not. Now, if you want to learn more about Connecticut, or if you want to know if your profile meets more or less the requirements of studying in Connecticut, if you want to find the right way to wind up in Connecticut and study, then feel free to click that link in our description, in this video description, that will take you to an online form that you can complete for a free consultation call with an Epro 360 expert. On this call, we can discuss what your profile looks like, what are your main goals, what do you want to do with your international experience, and we can better assess whether you're a great fit or not for Connecticut, or perhaps any other state. Plus, if you want to, stay in touch with us and get notified the moment we create more content and more state videos, then please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button to get notified of new content. Finally, I just want to say thank you for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed this video.